So I'm deciding that I want to create this brand new system for myself. The reason why I'm doing this because I didn't really like supply and demand. I felt like waiting for stuff to go to your zone a lot of the time. I ended up missing out on a lot of trades, and that's not what I really. Like, I didn't want that, right? Because, I understand that for myself. Entering something like this where price is going up like that, and then you're waiting for a supply and demand zone, the market, when it's really going up or when it's really trending, the probability of price coming down into here and then making a move, it's like it happens, but it doesn't happen a lot, right? Like when you're in a true trend, you're barely gonna see this. Like you might see this when prices going sideways, and then the first initial ones are when you get that price coming back to the zone. But I just don't want to. I don't want to. How do I word this? I just don't want to have to wait for something like this for me to get into a trade. And understanding demand validation where price breaks the high here, it's more likely to just continue going up and up and up, especially if it's in a trending market. So I want to develop a system where I'm getting in, like I'm getting in areas right here without having to worry about price coming back into there. On a lower time frame, I'm entering on areas like this, and I've been seeing these types of trades, these types of entries in my supply and demand system, and it fucking kills me when I'm not able to get into those trades. So I want to develop a system where it focuses a lot on momentum, and it focuses on it just focuses on pure delivery and not having price and not having to wait for price to come back to your zone and praying that like, oh my god, like I hope this price comes back to my zone and shit like that, you know what I mean? So we're gonna build a system that tailors towards this, and we're gonna see how that goes. So just to kind of give you guys a little overview of what's been happening so far. So I created a case studies column here. So I had one here before and I liked it, but it wasn't really like my type of system. You guys have that feeling sometimes where you create something, but then you don't really like it. Like it works, but you don't really like it as much. So that kind of happened with me. And I decided, let me just bring it back a little bit and focus a lot more on the context, focus a lot more on a context and a validation, having those two time frames coincide with each other to then take part in a trend. So I altered away from this thing and started to develop my own case studies right here. You guys can see that I've actually had, I think this is around 40 case studies or something, like 40 or like 42, 3, 4 or something like that. And I'm going to try to get to 50 today, so I just need a couple more. However, you guys can see that this is the general idea of what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for stuff like this where, you have your momentum, you have like a flush out to the downside, and then you have momentum come in, right? You have your accumulations, and you have your moves up, proving to me that it wants to go higher. Then you have that sideways action, and then within that sideways action, scale down to a lower time frame, identify areas of accumulation to then continue to then catch the trade as it goes, to catch the market as it goes higher. You guys see that, this is a good example right here. You have that flush out, you have that accumulation, you have that momentum, you have those pauses, you have the momentum, you have those pauses. And then as you scale in, you see that, okay, here's the accumulation on a validation. And then you're taking that momentum as it breaks out of this accumulation. And then you continue to ride that. And that's essentially what I'm trying to go for. You guys can see that I do it over and over and over again, all this shit. And then you could see how this is a very effective instead of waiting for a price to come back to zones. So this is what I'm trying to accomplish, and this is the system that I'm trying to build for myself, and you guys are gonna be there with me for the whole entire thing, because why not? There's not a lot of people, from what I've seen, there's not a lot of people documenting this stuff straight from scratch. So yeah, you guys can see all these different entries, right? See all that shit, all these different contexts, all these different, no, not different, but these various types of contexts and entries and markets, right? You could trade this off any market. That's my goal, any time frame. And essentially you're just taking part of that actual bullish push or bearish push. But I like to flip my chart so it's all bullish, because it's easier for me to recognize stuff when it's bullish. So this was my most recent one right here. You guys can see that. Beautiful. Sell off, accumulation, you have that momentum, and then what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy stop this candle right here and then put my stop under here. But you know, that's for the next phase of this. I'm not really sure what exactly I'm going to do with the stop loss. I don't know if I'm going to place it at the bottom or if I'm going to place it at the bottom of the candle, or maybe like 50%. That's what I'm trying to determine, and you guys are going to be there when I determine what I'm going to do. But it looks like I could probably just take the low here. It makes the most sense because a lot of these don't come back. I mean, I picked ones that actually worked. So I picked like trades that actually worked already. So obviously none of them are going to break this low right here. But, you know, it's a pretty safe stop loss and something that I might actually consider. You guys to see all this, you know, just works. I feel like the candle itself, I mean, you know, you have times where it ends up stopping me out, and you have times where, you know, it just misses, right? Like literally to the cent. And then there are times where it just goes, right? You guys can see that. Here you buy the momentum and it just goes and goes and goes. So that's what I'm trying to do. I might just pick out stuff in here that give me that movement where it just doesn't come back at all. But yeah, no, we'll see. You guys see this perfect one right here. Price breaks out and then just continues going up and up and up. These are the trades I'm trying to get right here, right? This one, momentum right here, but then it breaks down. This example of like a loss I would probably take, right? You guys get the momentum. You get the momentum counter right here. Price continues going up and up and up and up. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the last 5 or something like that. And yeah, we're gonna do that. You guys can see that I had one right here. I think this is the last one I took. Is this the last one I took? Oh my god. I think this is the last one I took. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this and make a new row. And then let's go back to a trading view. Okay. So you guys can see that this is generally what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for a flush. I'm trying to look for some accumulation. Right here, you have an accumulation right here. And then you have price going up, proving to me that market wants to go higher. You have another pause. You have another push. And then you have a pause. And then something that I noticed was I'm looking for a candle in the opposite direction of where I want to go, that it kind of shows me that there's a lot of momentum in that direction. So for example, this candle right here, it shows me that there's a lot of selling going on. So this is the candle, the type of candle that I'm trying to look for. Something like this wouldn't be a candle that I look for, right? I'm used to seeing something like that. So this candle type right here, which is basically a full body, is something that I really want to look for. And I've been looking for that for the past 15 to 20 case studies in the mirror. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to look for. So let's just look back in price, see if there's anything here. There's nothing here. I don't like any of this stuff. I mean, obviously it's a nice push, but there's nothing that I probably would have taken here. Here you have a nice accumulation. You have a pause. Okay, this one right here is something I would take. Actually, I don't really like how this formed right here. There's a lot of wiki movement here, so I don't know. I just don't really like how this looks. In my case studies that I've taken, I haven't really had many entries in there that looked like this, like with the context, because I'm just using a 10-minute and 1 minute here. So I don't like my 10 minutes by context. I'm just not used to seeing stuff like this in my context time frame. So I probably won't take that. There's nothing in here, obviously. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Is there anything in here? You have a nice flush. I don't really like how this looks, right? Like this whole thing just looks shit. Okay, here you got a nice move. Is there anything in here that I probably would have taken? No. Accumulation, nothing. Here you have flush out accumulation, nothing as well. Yeah, also another thing, I don't want to look for stuff that looks like this. So where this bearish candle, how far this bearish candle goes down, you guys can see that it's kind of hugging or tapping into this 5 EMA. What I want to look for is I want to look for a price literally just selling into this stuff, like this right here. I want to look for this within here. That's what I want to look for. Again, I wouldn't follow this right here, this candle after this, because of how this looked. It just wasn't clean for me. It wasn't a clean sideways movement. But, if this bearish candle printed like this and then this bullish candle was this bearish candle, or this bearish candle was this bullish candle and just went down here, that would be a perfect setup for me, honestly. But it didn't make that, so I'm not really interested in how that looks. Is there anything in here? If I flip this, is there anything in here? We have accumulation, price goes. Yeah, there's nothing in here either. Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing here, right? You have accumulation. You have a nice pause here. Price comes back down into here. I don't like how this looks. This is a good candle right here, but I don't like how that looks, so I'm not going to take that either. It's a lot of filtration, right? A lot of saying no to stuff. That's why I noticed, but when I do get into these trades, it looks like it's very high quality, so that's what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to be very specific with what I'm looking for. You have accumulation here. Price goes up. It's your momentum right here. You kind of create this as one momentum pause. Price comes down, it's here. It doesn't really do anything. I don't really like any of this stuff. Right, I don't like how this looks right here. So you have your accumulation, you have your push, you have your accumulation, you have your push right here. I mean, you could argue that this was a good area, but I don't know. I just don't really like how this looked. I mean, it paused here and didn't want to go higher. So if it made another push, maybe there's a possibility of a reaccumulation in here and then continuation on the top side, but I don't know. I just don't like how it looks. Right, very wicky here as well. You guys see that these candles, these wicks on the top side, it doesn't really look good in my opinion. Here you have a nice little flush out. This is beautiful accumulation. Price comes out. Very wicky as well. Very wicky as well. Yeah, I don't like that either. All right, this looks like good selling. Maybe there's anything in here. Accumulation. I don't like this either. Probably wouldn't enter any of that stuff. You have a nice flush out. Accumulation. Boom. I don't like how this movement was. If these candles right here, these two bearish candles went a little bit deeper, like into this area right here, that would be good, but it kind of just went in this little box right here, and I don't like that. For a sideways movement, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like how this looks sideways wise. Is there anything in here? This is a nice candle, but it didn't come like into it. Like, it didn't show me that price is selling into this area in here. So it wasn't the best. You have your accumulation, right? This is what I'm looking at. Accumulation. You have your push. You have your that. This is a this is good, but I don't know. I don't think that I would follow this. If this candle did something like that, where it came a little bit more deeper, then then it would definitely be something I'll look at. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I'd take this. It doesn't look like stuff that I've traded in my case studies so far, so I wouldn't trade that at all. Sideways movement, price goes up again here, right? Nice selling, but not enough, right? Not enough here as well. Yeah, this is just shit. This is shit. This is shit. This is shit. This is garbage. You have a nice sell-off, accumulation. You have your stage. Okay, here. This is a good one right here. That is a good one. Actually, accumulation, pause. No. This is also another thing that I noticed that, I have my accumulation and then I have my pause and then accumulation and then you have your move up. I noticed that I want to wait for at least a sideways momentum sideways first before I start to look for trades, because this right here will prove to me, right? This sequence right here will prove to me that there's money coming into the market, and that's what I want to see, right? I want to see price prove it to me first before I get entered into these areas right there. So this wouldn't be something I look at, but maybe this stuff will. This doesn't look good. I'm not used to seeing this candle looks good, but I'm just not used to seeing it come under the MAs. These two candles are not good either. There's not enough selling that's proving to me that wants to like actually sell off and then buy. Like I don't know. For me, like in my mind, I wanna, the way I describe it is like, it's like a swimmer when they dive into the water, like it's full on just, I'm gonna go torpedo into the water. I'm gonna go dive into that bitch and then literally touch the bottom of the swimming pool. Like this is the stuff I want to look for. That's the type of candle I want to look for. This is the type of candle I want to look for. These candles right here, like it works, but I don't know. Like you see this way too much. You don't really see these pure sell-offs that much. In really like momentum markets, but then when they do occur, like you get really good setups out of it. So like this stuff is very common, this stuff is not as common, but when they do occur, like you guys will notice in later testing that I do that it's a really powerful candle to look for. Like this one doesn't work, right? It looks like price did come down into here. If it closed in here, that would be amazing, but it didn't, and then price started getting bought up again. Yeah, again, I could literally trade this if I wanted to. Like this is a beautiful pause. However, I'm trying to be like really strict with my rules, because if I don't, then I'm just gonna end up taking some like anything, right? Like if I take this right here, that means what? Am I gonna take this? Am I gonna take this? Am I gonna take that? Am I gonna take this? So I need to be a little bit more strict with what I'm doing, and a lot more patient. A lot more patient with what I'm doing. There's nothing here. See, like this is a beautiful market, right? It goes sideways, it goes up, goes sideways, and goes up, but the candles aren't proving to me that it wants to continue going higher within these pauses right here. So I'm not looking for an entry, right? And this saves me from a -1. I mean, maybe I might get break even in here, but as it stands right now, you guys can see that it goes bearish. So there's nothing in here. I mean, sideways market, sideways market, sideways market. Ugly, 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 ugly. Like this wouldn't be a valid, like there's nothing here. You know what I mean? There's nothing like this sideways action. Like it looks like shit. This looks like shit as well. I mean, there's nothing. Maybe the flip side, there might be something here. Why is this saying no? There's nothing, man. This is shit. Automatically. This price action is shit. Yeah, there wouldn't be anything in here either. Nothing here. Sideways. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay, here we go. This is a good trade. So this is what I'm looking at. You have an accumulation right here, right? You have accumulation. This is probably a reaccumulation just because prices already proved that it wants to go higher, and then kind of just settles in here for a while. Actually, I don't know. I don't think does this follow? Because it already does something like this, right? You have your move, right? It does something like that. So I feel like the move is already happening. I don't think that this is a trade that would be worth it. I mean, look, you guys can see, right? If we got a breakdown, which I think happened, but it didn't. So I don't think I take that, to be honest. There's nothing here. This looks like shit. This looks like shit too. This looks like shit. Oh, is there anything in here? Flip side. Accumulation. Price comes down. Right, again, like, doesn't prove to me that wants to, like, actually sell off. Yeah, there's nothing. Accumulation. Price comes in. No, there's nothing. Right, accumulation. Maybe you have a pause in here. There's nothing here either. Accumulation, price goes up. Accumulation, price goes up. Pause. Yeah, nothing here. If this candle went a little bit lower and closed here, that would be perfect. But it didn't. There's nothing. Nothing here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's nothing, bro. This market. This conditions are shit. I mean, bro, this is so ugly. I mean, this is a 10-minute time frame, but still, if this was a daily time frame and it was doing this, I mean, there'd be nothing for years. Sideways. I mean, you have sideways. Price comes in like that. No, there's nothing, bro. I mean, let me just look at this. Accumulation. Let me just look at what that would look like. Because we've seen a lot of these happen so far. Like the really good candles that fall to the 5 EMA. Let's just see what that would look like. So you have your accumulation. Sideways. Accumulation. Let's see what that looks like on the 1 minute. So if I'm trading this on the 1 minute, this is where price closes. And then you have that sideways action right here with the breakout of this candle, right? So this is the candle close, or this is the candle close. So right at the candle close, if I take an entry, buy stop, price just under. Yeah, this works. So should I start taking that? It's a nice momentum candle for sure. I know I literally just talked about not taking these setups, but it looks good. I mean, it looks like it wants to. It looks like it's really, selling off into the moving averages. Especially on a context time frame. You already know that on validation, which is my 1 minute. You guys just saw that it's a really good flush. I'm gonna just document that. I'm gonna document that just so we can look at that. So. Then it's look like on the 1 minute, right? You had your accumulation. Again, I want to take all this as well, just so I know, how I could possibly manage my trade. Oh shit. Okay. Holy sell-off, bro. This looks crazy. Is there anything in here that I could take? Accumulation. Price creates that pause. There's nothing here as well. I mean, you have a nice, see this right here, what I'm talking about, right? You have a nice sell-off into the 5, and then it works. Maybe this could be a setup. Right, so this is what it looks like. You have accumulation. Price creates that breakout sideways. Breakout sideways. Breakout sideways. Creates 1, 2. This one was third. Third is fine. I've noticed that third works as well. Let's go ahead and take this. It's another beautiful one, I ain't gonna lie. Fuck. To redo this shit. Alright. You guys can see sideways, momentum, sideways, momentum, sideways, momentum, sideways. And then this is what the 1 minute looked like. So it closes here. This is the candle close. Creates this sideways right here. I'm not used to seeing something like that, but it is a good momentum candle, right? Or if I wanted to, I could wait and then take this one right here. But I would probably take this first one. Again, like it works if I... Sorry, I forgot I was to sell. See, it works if I put my stop loss under here at times, like a lot of the time essentially. But if obviously I get more R if I do it right under the candle. But in this case, you guys see that I got stopped out. But yeah, we'll see, man. This is what I'm trying to determine though. And then you guys can see the management as well, how I would manage this, or how I could possibly manage this. Fuck. Yeah, it's another addition. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think I have like two more or something. I have 2 or 3 more. So we're still on the sell side. There's nothing in there. Is there anything in here? Accumulation, nothing. Accumulation, nothing. I don't like how this looks. Anything in here? No. Anything here? No. Holy fuck. Holy shit, guys. Fucking tired, man. I went to the gym earlier. Alright, this looks good. So we have a sideways price action. Sideways price action. You have your momentum, momentum, momentum. Again, I don't like this. I don't like how that looks. 1, 2, 3. I don't like how that looks. I really don't like how this looks. Let's see how this would look like. So 1 minute. Right, your momentum break would be like what, this candle or this candle? Yeah, it doesn't look that crazy. The wick's kind of, yeah. This is a beautiful accumulation. This right here. That's sexy. That's sexy right there. But yeah, there's nothing. You have a sideways. Price goes. Again, sideways is very prolonged here. Very prolonged sideways movement. I don't like that. Is there anything in here? We have sideways. Price goes up. Sideways. Nothing in there either. It's nothing. Sideways. Nothing in here. That's for sure. Sideways. Price comes up. Okay, this is a good one. This is a beautiful one right here. So you have accumulation. You have your move up. You have your move sideways. Up. Sideways. And then my entry would be after there. Yeah, this doesn't look good. The wicks and the candle, that doesn't look good. I mean, it delivers, but this doesn't look good at all. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. Oh wait, I need to move my thing first. All right. Oh my god, man. I'm so not used to switching windows like this. Okay. Price comes down, and then you have that accumulation right there. Right? Price creates that sideways movement. You have that breakout right here, that momentum. Boom. Again, this right here, you buy stop. Price is just under the candle. Price just under the low. Or the swing. Not determined yet though. However, this is what it would look like. I want to take the whole entire move just so I know how I could possibly create my my management system. All right, we'll do two more. Fuck. Okay, we'll do two more. Nice sideways movement here. Creates that move higher. Is nothing. Sideways, nothing. Alright, here's this one, right? You have your boom, sideways, boom. Sideways, boom. That's a good trade. Right, you have your sideways, you have your move up, you have your sideways, and then you have your move up, and then you have your sideways with this beautiful candle right there. That's sexy. Boom. Oh, I forgot I have to move it again. Bro, I need to get... like, I have a sim connected, like a sim racer to my... right next to me that has my other monitor. But holy fuck, man. I just want to use that monitor, man. But it doesn't work because of my monitor mount. Like, it just looks fucking weird. Like, it's... like, it doesn't... it doesn't, like, touch together. Like, the arms of the mount, like, don't allow it to touch together, bro. It's so bad. Alright, wait. Look, the 1 minute, I bet you there's a beautiful setup in here. If this will fucking load. Yeah, bro. Holy shit. That's sexy as fuck. Accumulation. Through that candle right here. Right? Anything after this line. Because this is the close of the candle. Right? This line's the close. Bro, that's so fucking sexy. Oh my god. I keep pressing the wrong window. Holy fuck. All right, one more. All right, let's deviate from gold really quick and let's do some random ass pair for the last one. So we're going here. Pick some random ass fucking pair. Okay, GBP NZZ. All right. Let's do a 75-minute entry Let's do 75-minute entry. Hold on, let me do the math really quick on my phone. So 750 divided by 60 is a 12-hour. Okay. 75, and then we have a 12-hour. Should we just make it a daily? This is open 24 hours a day. Yeah, we have to do 12 because Forex is open 24. Okay, let's holy shit. My bad, guys. Actually, fuck this. We're not doing Forex. I would never trade Forex. Let's do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Bitcoin USDT. Okay, we're just gonna do Bitcoin US dollar. I mean, same shit. Okay, 12-hour and a 75-minute. Maybe there's some good shit here. No. Maybe something good here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, doesn't look like it. Stage 1. Sideways, nothing. There's probably one in here for sure. Sideways. Fuck, I don't like how this looks. Okay, maybe there's not one in here. Sideways momentum. I like how this looks, but it went past the MAs. Sideways. This is decent. This is a decent down candle. This is decent as well. This is beautiful. This sideways action is not good though. Sideways. You have your what? You have your stage 1. I don't like how this looks. I don't like how that looks either. I don't like how this looks. I don't like how that looks. I don't like how any of this looks. I don't like how this kind of looks. This is beautiful, but I don't like how this looks. Actually, this looks, so you have your sideways, you have your pause, you have your move up, you have your pause. This kind of looks good. It looks like it really wants to sell into it, but it doesn't look like I got a trade, so I'm not going to screenshot that. However, if I was data collecting this, I would take this. But because I'm just case studying and I'm trying to find stuff that actually works, then that's not something I would take. Okay, let's switch this up. Let's go daily and 4-hour. We'll do daily and 4-hour. Nothing in here. Nothing in here either. I mean, horrible price action. This is decent. This sideways movement is really good. However, this prior is so ass. Again, here, large sideways movement. But is there anything that I could get into? Nothing here. This is beautiful, but again, it falls under the moving averages. This is beautiful. This is dog shit. I mean, this wick right here, this candle is so shit. This is beautiful. However, it didn't go anywhere, so I can't screenshot this. I mean, you have your sideways, you have your move up, your pause, your move up, your pause. This didn't go anywhere, but back tested or data collected. Back tested and data collected. I would have taken that. Is there anything here? This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good either. Sideways. Pause. Doesn't look good. Ooh, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. You have your sideways. Flip this around. Here you have your sideways. Oh yeah, that looks like shit. What about in here? Sideways move. That looks like shit as well. There's probably something in here, but this looks like shit. I mean, this is sideways. This is your move up. Yeah, it doesn't really look good. Doesn't look clean. Here you have your sideways. You have your push. Yeah, I don't like this either. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. This is beautiful though. You have your sideways, your move up, sideways. This is okay, but then this second part right here, if this went a little bit more deeper, that would be fucking amazing. But it didn't. This looks like shit. Okay, this looks promising. So we have a stage, we have a price goes up, dude, we have price goes up, goes down. Now, this isn't bad. This isn't that bad. Right? I like how it just kind of continues the funnel down. So this is a trade that I would look for. Then you have another one here, but this kind of, yeah, this doesn't look good. So we probably take this. So this is the last trade that we're going to take. You had that large push to the downside. Sideways, move up, sideways, move up, sideways, and then you enter off of this right here. Oh my god, don't fuck up again. So we have case studies. I already took the screenshot for it. Oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong shit. Sorry guys. Fucking hell. Okay, there's my context. We zoom down to the 4 hour. You guys can see that. Boom. Beautiful accumulation. That's sexy right there. Again, take the whole move. All right. So that is literally all. I think this is around 50. I mean, it's a lot of data collection, that's for sure. Okay, let me remove this really quick because we're on February yet. February, yeah. All right, should I do the filtration part with you guys, or should I just do that for the next video? I guess I'll just do that for the next video. This is kind of just meant to be like a little introduction, you know, a little sneak peek type shit. Yeah, I might do it for next video. I'll do the filtration for the next video with you guys. Actually, fuck that. We'll do it right now. So this is going to be a lot of stuff to look for. However, I want to pick out ones that just literally go up. So this is one that goes up. Actually, let me filter this down a little bit. That looks like an ass crack. Okay, let me just part 2. Make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Case studies, part 2. We're gonna take this one. This one looked really good. I'm looking for ones that just go up. That literally just go up and go up and go up. So those are really good as well. These are really good. I'm looking for ones where it doesn't come back down into here. That looks good. This looks good as well. This looks really good. This looks good as well. This first one looks good. That looks good. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to compare all of them and see if we can find some good shit. Alright, this looks... No, I don't like this. This is sideways. This really goes sideways for a long time. I don't like that. This one right here. This is good. This one right here, this fails. Should I take this? I like how this looks. This bottom part looked really good. This one didn't though. How did this bottom one look? Yeah, they're sideways. Your price come up. Beautiful selling. Beautiful selling here. The middle one, nothing. Actually, yeah, this is fine. This is not good. This is fine as well. This is fine as well. And this is okay. This is okay. So, honestly, all these are honestly really good. Fuck. That's fine. This is fine as well. That's also good. A lot of these are really, like, I think everything is really good, to be honest. Nice selling, accumulation. I mean, holy fuck, that shit's nice. Alright, price comes back down. This just goes sideways. This continues going up. We can take a look at the one that goes up. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't really do anything. This goes up. However, it creates... Yeah, this just goes up. And we'll take this one as well. Alright, this has to be beautiful. Yeah, this is beautiful. That looks like a really good one as well. This kind of fucked off. I don't really like this. Oh, this one was like these ones up here were all kind of before I really started to look at just the type of candle and how it looked. So this looks good here, but I don't know. I don't know. How the fuck? So this is sideways. This goes sideways for a while. This one goes sideways for a while, but then like just literally goes up. This one goes sideways for a while. I have to take this one because this made a beautiful move. This one ends up stopping me out. I can't take that. This one looks really good as well. Yeah, I think how the candle looks is a really big component to this. This shows clear selling to me. Like, you have a very bullish bearish candle right there, a very bearish candle. then price literally just goes sideways. I mean, it creates the move though, so I have to do this. It creates the move. Again, this is very indecisive. However, it really makes a good move. This is hard, guys. This is really hard. Like, I'm just trying to determine my context rules first. But my context rules have to reflect how the validation looked like in my entry. Because I want to look for stuff that did this. Because this is the move that created like a crazy push. And I have to correlate that with how this looked. So if these candles created something like this, and like these candles right here didn't really push that much, does that mean that I could take candles like this? I feel like I'd just be taking a lot of trades randomly then. But they're all very similar in the fact that if I just put my stop loss under here, I'm pretty much saved. However, how would I go break even? How would I go break even though? That's the thing. Like if I, yeah, this candle's not good, that's for sure. This is tough. This is tough. Like I could go here again, right? You know what I feel like doing? I think that just doing the buy stop and then putting my stop loss under the actual low here, just to start getting money, just to start doing like prop firms and all that stuff. I feel like that's probably the best thing I can possibly do. But if I buy stop this right here, like it gaps, right? You know what? I'm gonna remove these screenshots. Hold on. I'm just gonna make note. I don't even know where I am, but I think it's this one, right? Like I'm noticing a lot of the time that I'm good to buy stop. However, my stop loss needs to be under the actual wick because a lot of the time it just takes me out, right? So okay, here we're gonna write that down. So fuck. Okay, so I'm noticing. What's that called? Hold my stop loss under. Is it the swing? Under the whole. I'll just say whole low. Whole low. Whole low. Price. To one. Okay, so this is an important note for the entry. For the entry. Okay, let's make this to like 48 or some shit. No, that's too much. 64. Okay, this is an important note right here. We'll delete all this. I mean, everything's kind of the same. How do I... fuck do I do this? Why is this like this, man? Oh my god. Fuck off. Bro, oh my god. Am I brain farting right now? Okay, whatever, just gonna leave it. How does the context time frame look for a lot of these? Honestly, just a bearish candle, like a strong bearish candle looks to be the one that really makes a move. Okay, so wait. So if price, okay, so the following sequence needs to be in place. So only follow. Okay, wait. Why is it like this? Like, oh my god. Like, why isn't? Oh my god, it just pissed me the fuck off. Okay, wait. Just have to do that, right? Yeah. It seems like when one two one two one two one two and then pause. So this is where start looking. This is where I can start looking, because the market, fuck off. The market is proving to me that it wants to go higher. What else? Also, price does make contact with at least the 5 EMA, but the candle that validates this has to be a strong enough flush candle to prove to me that there will be a possible, well, to me that strong enough candle that will most likely basically I just want it to look clean, in my opinion. The candle has to basically be full bodied, showing a clear selling pressure slash Okay. What else? What else? The sideways movement also has to be okay. Also, so the pause also has to be really clean. So this means no prolonged sideways movements, no wiki. How the fuck do you spell wiki? Is it just Y? Okay, whatever. No wiki candles prior. No large wicks prior. What else? Full body candles. Full bodied candles that go back, that print with no. How did I word this? So the pause also has to be really clean. So this means no prolonged sideways movements, no wiki candles prior, no large wicks prior, full body candles that go back and forth with no willingness. Is also not allowed. Lastly, what's another thing I notice? A lot of these. Oh, sorry, guys. What am I noticing? Okay, here's another thing. And lastly, allowed. The pull push where he amazed. However, if there is a tiny that's fine. Like I'm talking very small body. Yeah. Oh, what else? So it seems like context for all these have a sequence of 1 2 1 2 pause where I can start looking for tricky marks proving that wants to go higher. The candle has to also be full body, showing clear signs of pulling pressure. So the pause also has to be really clean. So this means no problem moving sideways, no wiki candles. That's generally all there is to it. What does stuff look like sideways? So there has to be either a clear push. Okay. There for me to fuck. How do I word this? If is that prior momentum pushes so that the accumulation is yeah. Okay, that's all I noticed with the context time frame. So these are the rules for the context time frame according to all this stuff here. So you have a flush off, you have prior movements, I would assume. I didn't really get all this stuff here, but maybe there's a flush off here, there's a flush off here, there's a flush off here. Flush off, prior movements, flush off, flush, momentum, prior momentum, flush, momentum. You have a flush, you have some type of flush, looks like with the MAs here. Prior state, prior momentum, so higher time frame. You have flush, you have momentum top side already, reaccumulation. Yeah, this is this looks like it's it. Let's get rid of this. Control V that bitch. Okay, what do I notice with this? So there has to be a flush, right? Usually a flush under the EMAs are the ones that work the best. So usually a flush that holds under. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do it holds under the EMAs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. It just helps take less trades. Price. I see a prior momentum candle. Momentum candle. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, I wouldn't really consider this holding under the momentum candle. This holds under the momentum candle. This doesn't hold under the momentum candle. This doesn't hold under the momentum candle. These hold under the momentum candles, or not momentum candles. The moving averages. This holds under the moving averages. This holds under the moving averages. This holds under the moving averages. See how the most recent ones holds under the moving averages, holds under the moving averages, holds under the moving averages, kind of holds under the moving averages, holds under. Yeah, a lot of them hold under, really good ones. I think this is the rule set for right now. So you guys can take a look at the rule sets. So for my context time frame, so I need a sequence of 1 2 1 2 pause. At the pause, this is where I can start looking because the market is proving to me that it wants to go higher. Price makes contact with at least a 5 EMA. So as it makes contact with the 5 EMA on the entry time frame, it actually has a nice flush. But the candle that validates this also has to be strong enough flush candle that will most likely look clean on the entry time frame. The candle has to be basically a full bodied showing clear selling / buying pressure. The pause also has to be really clean, so this means no prolonged sideways movements, no wiki candles prior, no large wicks prior, full body candles that print back and forth with no willingness to go down or up prior is also not allowed. The whole push can fall under all. The whole push can't fall under the EMAs. Only the accumulation phase, which is the back and forth movements. None of the pauses can break. None of the pauses can break under the EMAs. However, if there is a tiny bit of body under the EMAs, that's fine. Like a very small body. For me to determine if the accumulation is valid, is that there needs to be prior flushes or prior momentum pushes so that the accumulation is technically a reaccumulation. For the entry time frame, when I enter, I'm able to buy stop the momentum candle and can place my stop loss under the whole low. It seems to just go to the moon if I'm truly with the push, but if it also goes sideways, I'm not getting taken out at a -1. Noticing that prior to the momentum candle, most really good ones hold under the all three EMAs before creating that accumulation and then momentum candle. Something to note though, for the entry, the momentum candle that I choose to take an entry on can have but I can get taken push. So amazing RR, I can get amazing RR out of it. It's just see, I could get amazing RR out of it, but I'll just get taken out. But the chances of getting stopped out before the push is higher. So I'll just stick with the whole low for now. I'll just stick with the whole low for now, just because I want to create a profitable system. Just because I want to keep things pretty simple for now. I want to just I just have a profitable system for now, and then later I can refine when I start making some money from this system. So I could make really good RR with it. It's just I feel like I don't know, I just feel like I could what's it called? Like I'm not really getting stopped out though. That's the thing. Like here I get stopped out for sure, but you guys can notice that it barely kind of touches or taps me out. But then if I go under the whole low, you know, I'm in this whole trade here. Do I want to do that, or take a look at stuff down here? Like I don't get taken out here. I get taken out here, but if I go under the whole low, I'm in this whole trade. Right, I don't get taken out here. Follow as is, you know, the RR here is crazy. RR is really good as well. Here's a momentum candle. It gets taken out and then price goes. But if I go under the candle here, then I get in this trade. Right here, I don't get taken out. This is tough. I think I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it. I think I'm just gonna go under the candle itself. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go under the candle itself because I can get pretty good RR. And I will pause under. So I'm noticing that when I enter, I'm able to buy stop the momentum candle, and then low. So for my management, what do I look for? So for management, so how can I break even? So if a price is really going higher, how can I break even on this? So I'm noticing sideways movement here, sideways movement, then price goes higher, sideways movement. So if I go break even after a sideways movement, sideways and then goes higher, break even, sideways, break even. Here I would be waiting for this to go break even, but if price is already going higher, then I'll literally just go break even. See, you have a sideways break even. I'm pretty good in this. Sideways break even. Right, wait for it to go sideways first, then go up, then go break even. However, this low still can get tapped, so as price breaks this high, go break even. Here is pure momentum. Like a pause. Yeah, here you get a pause, price goes up. Here you get a price goes up. Okay, so I'm noticing a lot of pauses. So if I get entered, I can and then continues. Measurement. So this is all. So this is taking all of my entry time frame. So I can go break even after price pauses and then continues. But if price is literally, but if the pause is right at my entry, wait for another one that's above, because price can still come back and tap me out at B. Let's see if this is consistent. So price creates that pause, continues going up. Pause goes up. Pause goes up. Okay, here we just get taken out. Here you get a pause right here, and the price goes up, but it's at BE. It's at my BE right here, so I can't yet wait for price to go up. Still at my BE. Oh fuck! I might as well go up. I might as well just take that because it creates that big ass candle right there. Pause goes up. Right, creates that pause, goes up. So price creates that pause right here, goes up. So price goes here, goes down first, and then goes up, and then comes back down. So we're good. Price breaks that pause right here, goes up. Pause goes up. Yeah, so pause goes up is a good break-even rule. If price to just take off, then that's obviously B as well. This is only valid with clear momentum candles, not just multiple small going bullish, unless it's far above my entry already. Okay, so this is what it looks like. How can I now take profit? So obviously this system is momentum based, so I don't want to just take a set TP. But how can I take profit? So for me, I don't know. I've always really liked having one partial at least, and then just having a trailing stop loss. That's how I usually like to do stuff. I think that's what I'm going to continue to do. So this is an example of what I mean by small candles. So you have small candles going up and up and up. But if it's up here already, obviously I'm going to go break even. If it's up here already, obviously I'm going to go break even. But something like this, like I'm not going to go break even because of that. So if I trail with momentum candles, there's no momentum candles here. However, if I trail with the pauses and it goes up, that's a partial. This is a momentum candle. This is what I mean by momentum candle. Like this and this. These candles right here are momentum candles. So as that prints, stop loss here, get taken off full. Yeah, I think that's a good one as well. So you have... Oh, this one's a really big stop loss. So I probably want to take that. Here you have momentum candle, momentum under the bullish candles, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Management, and then we're gonna do TP. This is gonna be TP. So as price goes into profit, I'll trail my stop loss with the pauses, and I'll partial 50% with the momentum candles. So momentum candles, placing it under only the bullish candles. Okay, so as price goes into profit, I'll trail my stop loss with the pauses, and I'll partial 50% with the momentum candles, placing it only under the bullish candles. So it should be 50% partial. So it should be either 50% partial, then trailing SL gets tapped, hit, and I'm out. Or trail. I trail 50%. I trail TP with 50%, and then trail my stop loss under the moment. Then okay. So this is my take profit measurement. So as price goes into profit, I'll trail my stop loss with the pauses, and I'll partial 50% with the momentum candles, placing it under only the bullish candles. It should be either 50% partial. So with this management system, it should be either 50% partial, then trailing stop loss. So this is taking into account if the momentum candles are prior to the pauses. So if I just get straight up momentum right away, then I'm literally just going to go 50% partial under the bullish candles, and then trail with the pauses, and then I'm fully out when it gets hit. Or the other one is if the pauses go first, I'll trail with a TP of 50%, and then trail my stop loss under the momentum candles. Or if it's just straight up pauses, or if it's just straight up pauses the whole time, then I'll do 50% trailing TP and then full SL trail once the next pause hits my stop loss. And then same with the momentum candles. If it's momentum, I'll partial 50%, and then if it pauses but then doesn't hit my loss and then makes another momentum push, then my okay, that's my system, bro. That's my system for now. I think that is gonna be a profitable system, but obviously I need to start data collecting this stuff. So this is what I'm gonna be doing in my next video with you guys. So you guys just saw me kind of filter out stuff from these case studies and basically write down certain things that I noticed. So these are the rules that I will be taking into account when I do the data collection. So the data collection is literally just going to be the exact same as this. However, every time this appears, whether it goes or doesn't, I'm recording this and it's going to go into here. That's what I'm finna do. Right. So whether this is supposed to take me out or not, right? What, like, if I enter here and it takes me out, this is something that I would record into this tab over there. And then I would treat it as if it was a back test. However, it's literally just hindsight, but I'm treating it as if I'm actually taking the trade on that specific setup. And then we're gonna do like 100 or something of those, or 50 or 100 something, and then we're gonna try and get a positive EV out of it. And if it's positive, then I'm gonna start actually back testing it, which is the actual bar replay, and then do, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred of those, like 200, 300, 400, 500. And then at that point I should be pretty sufficient with what I'm doing, and then I'll try and forward test it, and then you guys will see how it goes. But for now, this is all we're gonna do for the first little episode.